On Ukraine, obviously, it's really important that we focus on what matters most. And what matters most, in my view, is a lasting peace that ensures that Ukraine is both sovereign, able to make their own decisions, and secure, so in a position where we don't just stop the fighting for it to start again in a year or two or three. For that to happen, obviously, it's important that we are all focused on that. And it is important that if there is a deal, and we don't know there will be, that we defend the deal. And that means that we need to think about what's the guarantee, what's the security guarantee. Now, what I've said is, I think Europe needs to step up into this space. We've said for a long time that Europe needs to do more on its own security and defence. I think that's right. And the United Kingdom will play a leading part because we've always stepped up when it's required. So that's why I've made that commitment on behalf of our country. It has to be done in conjunction with the United States because we have for many decades worked very closely with the United States. You will know through the work you do that our defence, our security, our intelligence is intertwined. No two other countries are as close when it comes to defence and security as our two countries. So we want to do this in conjunction with the United States because it's that ability to work with the United States and with our European partners that has kept the peace for 80 years now. In the meantime, we need to put Ukraine in the strongest possible position. We don't know there's going to be a deal. The fighting is going on, and it's a big mistake to think, well, all we've got to do is wait for a deal now. We've got to make sure that if they are fighting on, they're in the strongest position. And even if they go into negotiation, they're in the strongest position. I do think Europe needs to step up on security and defence more broadly. And I want to win contracts for you and others as that happens, because as the whole of Europe steps up, and I do think it will, that means it's not just the demands, as it were, of our government, it's other governments as well will be looking around to see, well, where can we place our orders for the capability we need? And I know we're good enough, we're leading enough in this country to say you should be putting your orders with us. I think as we go forward with defence and security, we're going to have to press forward on sea, on air, on land. If you look at the Ukraine conflict, it's clear that maritime, what we're doing at sea, has been a huge part of that. And therefore, as we go through our strategic review, as we look at what does the next chapter of our history hold, it's clear that maritime shipbuilding is going to have to be a big part of that. You may have seen that last week we announced the highest sustained increase in defence spending since the Cold War. And that means that defence spending is going to come on track by 2027 and then a sustained year-on-year increase. And I want that to be something which is really significant towards the defence and security of our country, much needed at the moment. But I also want it to be measured in jobs and businesses and skills in this country and in places like this.